Hello and welcome back. In this video I'm going to be talking about the poem She Walks in Beauty written by Lord Byron. She Walks in Beauty is a famous poem written by a famous English poet, and it was published in the year 1815. In the poem, as we look at it, the poem praises and seeks to capture the sense of beauty of a particular woman. Now what is interesting is, like I've said, she walks in beauty. We're not talking about someone as she looks beautiful, she's so pretty, not just her physical or facial appearance, but we are talking about a lady in terms of the way she walks as well, which makes it really dynamic. Her beauty is dynamic, her beauty is distinct, her beauty is unique, in the sense that Lord Byron is not only talking about her physical appearance, but also the way she walks, which makes the poem even more interesting. How does a person walks in beauty? Let's look at some of the clips there. Whoops. Wow. Are we supposed to walk in beauty like that? No. Oh my god, the lady must have slided from the southern states of America to the Canadian border. She must have reached the Canadian border. If we look at them, they're not walking in beauty. In fact, it's like they're trying to avoid coronavirus 2020 desperately. Let us look at the poem. The poet compares this beautiful woman to a lovely night with a clear, starry skies. So the sky is clear, no clouds, just stars everywhere. And he also goes on to convey her beauty as a harmonious meeting between darkness and light, or there's a mixture, or the coming together of darkness and light, a little bit of light and a little bit of darkness, so together they form something which is beautiful. Romantic era or romanticism refers to this artistic, literary and intellectual movement which that originated in Europe towards the end of 18th century, and in most areas it was at its peak from 1800 to 1890. If we look at the writings of Romantic period, it very much focuses on this whole aesthetics or beauty of nature. For example, John Keats talks about, a thing of beauty is a joy forever. And also William Wordsworth, the daffodils, I wander lonely as a cloud. So these are, so many famous romantic poets. So that's a bit brief. That is a brief background about the poem. The poem also portrays the outer beauty as representative of inner goodness and virtue. Let's look at the first two lines. She walks in beauty like the night of cloudless climes and starry skies. The speaker here compares a beautiful woman who is walking to a clear blue sky. This is the unnamed woman. The woman is not named. Her name is not mentioned, her particular name. It's just that she walks in beauty. So she's walking in beauty. Walking, it makes her beauty seem more dynamic, more unique than just talking about someone who is beautiful. She's not just a pretty woman, She is also a pretty woman everywhere. That means her whole living, breathing, walking, smiling, everything. So it encompasses all that is beautiful, all the aesthetic or beauty are in the lady, or this lady possesses all that is beautiful. So she's walking in beauty likewise. Her beauty is compared to night. This seems, if you look at it, it seems a little strange, because we're not really familiar, we're not really into, because we don't really compare the lady's beauty or anyone's beauty to, a night, comparing someone's beauty or handsomeness to, this night. But what we need to remember is she is not just compared to any common or just random night. She is compared to, a night in a place where there are no clouds and lot of stars. So stars everywhere, cloudless and full of stars twinkling. It looks beautiful, definitely, when we think about it. So the lady is compared to the night, the cloudless sky full of twinkling stars. Again, when we look at it, cloudless, so it's clear, it's perfect. Again, we need to delve inside the mind of the lady. We also need to look at it. So clear sky, in the sense that her conscience is also clear. She is a woman who is free-spirited, a happy woman, someone who has spent good days, no sense of worriness, and she's living her life. So her inner beauty also reflects outside, her physical appearance, her face, and her clear conscience. Nothing dirty, which is why it is compared to a cloudless sky. And all that's best of dark and bright meet in her aspect and her eyes. Again, if we look at it, the finest light and darkness, the finest, we're talking about the best light and the best darkness come together in harmony, in perfect synchronization in this woman's appearance, particularly within her eyes. So it is in perfect harmony, in perfect balance. Kind of like 50% best light and 50% best darkness. So they're together, mixed in perfect harmony, which sort of meets particularly within her eyes. So there is this contrast between light and darkness that was first brought up by the starry skies, which we have talked about in the second line. Everything that is great about dark and bright come together in this woman. So essentially, she's got the best of what is good about darkness and what is good about light. Her physical appearance and notably her eyes create some kind of harmony between dark and bright. Let's look at the 5th and the 6th line. Thus mellowed to the tender light which heaven to gaudy day denies. This gentle and delicate play of light is sort of heavenly. So what the poet is trying to say here is heaven sometimes or heaven usually do not grant this supernatural light to the showy daytime or for daytime. Everything that's great about dark and bright is softened or is toned down to something that is more softer and less intense than the light we get during the day. So we're talking about tender light that is not too bright that we sort of get during daytime. One shade the more, one ray the less, had half impaired the nameless grace. All that is good about darkness and light have come together in perfect harmony. So a touch more, if there's a little bit of darkness added or a little bit of light added or removed, the woman's beauty will be disturbed or it will be diminished. Why? Because darkness and light are in perfect harmony. So if we remove that, or if darkness is removed or added, just vice versa, then the beauty of the woman will be reduced or it will be diminished, which waves in every raven dress or softly lightens all her face. What we need to remember here is the balance between shade or darkness and light in the lady's beauty is so perfect that if you add one more darkness or shade or take away a single ray of light, we will mess everything up. That means the beauty of the lady will be messed up. So playing with the balance of darkness and light will destroy the beauty of this lady. That is what Lord Byron is talking about. Her beauty and grace are so hard to define that they are nameless. She is so beautiful that the poet cannot quite put his finger on what makes her so beautiful. Again, he adds that this nameless grace is visible in every lock of her black hair. Remember, her hair is black, every raven dress, and it lightens her face. Again, remember, the balance between light and dark that creates her nameless grace is apparent or is visible in both her dark hair and in the expression that lightens her face. Where thoughts serenely sweet express, how pure, how dear their dwelling place. Line 11 and 12. Her sweet angelic emotions sort of play on her face, revealing how pure and precious this woman is. So the expression on the woman's face shows how sweet her thoughts are. So her thoughts are clear. Remember, like the cloudless sky, no clouds. Her thoughts are not cloudy. It's pure, fresh. Her sweet expression, the speaker says that it is an accurate reflection of what's going on inside her mind, which is her thoughts are pure and innocent. How pure, how dear the dwelling place. If we look at the word there in this context, means which is precious and valuable. And on the cheek and over the brow, so soft, so calm, yet eloquent, the smiles that win, the tints that glow. The woman smiles and her beauty, her healthy beauty, that means the tints that glow on her cheek and her brow, and calm, just a poetic way of describing a woman's beauty or a person's beauty. In other words, she's quiet and rather elegant. She doesn't joke and laugh a lot. She seems to be more of the lovely and regal type. Not so loud, but a calm, composed person with her smile, which is so beautiful. Again, remember, even though she is quiet and calm, her smiles and blushes are fantastic, are eloquent. Her face is very expressive. Her smile, even if she doesn't say much, anything, even if she doesn't say much, but tells of days in goodness spent, a mind at peace with all below, a heart whose love is innocent. If we look at these lines, it talks about the woman who has spent her days virtuously, and she possesses, because of that, she possesses a peaceful mind, a calm, peaceful, clear mind, and that she has an innocent and loving heart. What we need to again look at is, what do those smiles express? Her smiles express or reflect all the time that the woman has spent doing good deeds or doing good works. She has done so many good works, so many good jobs, and it is reflected in her expression. She is not just a woman who has a pretty face, she's also kind and good, which is why she's able to look so calm and peaceful. Remember, her conscience is at rest, her conscience is at peace, which is pure. The woman's calmness or her serenity also reflects the calmness on her mind. Remember, the calmness of her mind, because she's a good person. Her mind is at peace with all below, everything on the earth. Not only that, her love is innocent. This could mean that she's not in love with anyone, or it could mean that she is, but that her love is pure and innocent. If she's in love with someone thoroughly, not just fleeing from one person to another person. Her love is pure. Remember, she walks in beauty. One theme which we can pick out is beauty and harmony.